Hello everybody, welcome to Zoya's Welcome. So basically in this wonderful individual reading, this is going to be for Gemini. This is going to be for Gemini for January 25th to February 1st of 2026. So you know what, this is going to be how it goes, Gemini. I understand how you're going through. I know how things are. But you need to understand that. You need to photograph your own situation, no matter how it goes, whether you have a good day or bad day. It all depends on how you're feeling. But what this is, you have to understand about how everything is in that way, whether you're going to process it, whether you're going to understand it, you're not trying to deny it. But this is how it goes, right? So this is how it's going to be. But anyway, this is how it goes. So, in this oracle card, it says, trust, accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And when it is very interesting, you know that you have your own trust, and you have to trust that. You know, you have to have your own trust, your intuition, your own guidance, your own ways. You trust, right? When you have the trust, you believe it, and when you do it, that's how it goes in that way. It's like, okay, well, this is very interesting. I need to trust it. Yes, it's like you trust your own gut, right? If you have a good day, fine, you're gonna have a good day. If you're having having trust and you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, right? But you have trust because you have to trust that. You have to trust your intuition because that's what you can do. And that's how it goes in that way, alright? That's how it goes. So that's how it seems to be. So I'm going to do you versus them in a situation, Gemini. And you have to understand that. You need to accept your own boundaries because that's how it goes. So you see it as when we're feeling, you know how it goes, you know how you can do that, that's how it's going to be. And when you focus on that, you focus about that whole entire financial of how it's going to be in that way, whether you focus on that. So you focus as wonderful feeling, you know how it is, you know how you can do it, that's how it is, right? So you see it as wonderful feeling, you know how it goes, and this is how it's going to be. You know what it is in that way, but you focus on that. You focus on how it is. So you versus them in this situation, no matter how it goes, this is how it's going to be. So you understand that. But the way how this is how it's going to be. That's how it kind of goes. Alright, so that's how it is. So here we go. So in this wonderful way, we have the A1 reversed. You have no speed. Okay, Gemini, you have no speed. Okay, so when you have no speed, it's like you're having low energy, right? Means you have no speed left, right? It's like, okay, well, this is how it goes. I need to do it. Yes. So this is for you. For them, they had the fight cultures because they have no grief because they're not grieving. Okay. So when things are maybe happening all at once, you understand that, right? This is how it goes. And when you see it, that's way how it is in that way. So you know what to do, you know how it is, and you think, okay, well, it's going to be very interesting. So let me clarify. I'm going to clarify on your side versus them. So let's see. So I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify this A1s here. Since there's no movement. Lunar years, there's no misorientation. Star years, there's no inspiration. Age there's anxiety. Yeah, because you're feeling sad. You're having anxiety because that's what you want, but that's how it goes. So you might do this in a Gemini Libra Aquarius in that way, Gemini. You know what it is in that way. For them, let's say what's this 5 cups here? Page 1 star, there's invention. The world star, there's completion. Sun sorcerers, there's no deceit. Queen sorcerers, no independence. Six of Pentacles, there's no kindness. 2 of sorcerers, you already know which path you're gonna take. Hybrid sorcerers, there's no inner voice. Heart yours, they already have a soulmate. King sorcerers, there's no leadership. 3 Pentacles, there's no excitement. 6 sorcerers, there's no celebration. 4 sorcerers, there's no rest, right? And here is right there's guidance, yeah, or progress here. So the way of this is, no matter how it goes, that's how it goes. Whether you have that ability to understand that, right? So you think to yourself and say, well, I need to have this way, I need this to category, that's how it goes. But when you have progress, when they have progress, they know that. But when you have anxiety, that's what you have, right? It's the way of how it goes. You need to understand it. You need to accept what you're doing in this way, whether you're going to have a good daily routine, right? When you have a daily routine, you know what it is. You just have to go with the flow. So let's see what this Eight of Swords about. Wheel of Fortune is upright, you're having good luck. What's this Chariot for them? Fool is upright, there's change. Yeah, because that's how it goes. So when things are changing, that's how it goes in that way, whether they focus on that. What's for you with this Wheel of Fortune? Her is alright, you want a soulmate. Star yours is no inspiration. The strength is alright, there's bravery. Yeah, because you want to be brave, that's what you want. So you care about it. But the real this is, you need to understand that whether you find solitude, whether you find your own weaknesses, your dignities, your self-respect, that's how it goes. And when you do it, that's what it's going to be. You know how it is in that way, whether you go with the flow. That's how it goes. What's this Fool card for them? Death card yours has no endings. Wheel for story, they're having good luck. Cherry yours has no progress. Fool yours has no change. Moon is already there's misrotations. Yeah, because they are affected by the moon, and when they're affected by the moon, that's how it goes in that way. And you're saying, well, why are they affected by the moon? Well, that's how it goes. So what's the strength card for you? Wheel of Fortune story, you're having good luck. Tarot yours, there's no transformation. Lower story, you're making decisions because that's what you want. Gemini, when you make decisions, that's what you need to do. You need to comply with it. You need to, deal with it. But when you have that, that's how it works. So you understand how it is, but when you act like this is the way it goes. Things are going to be who they are, but you understand that, right? That's how it goes in that way. What's this Wheel of Fortune and this moon card for them? Magician's already, they want skill. Chariot's already, they want progress. Hierophant's already, they want guidance. Obviously, they want that. They want guidance because that's what they want. Guidance is a very appealing way of the way how it goes in that way, right? So let's see what's the stars for you, Gemini. Terrence Sarah, there's healing. Empress here is no nourishment. Ace stars is based on understanding here because you understand, right? So you might be dealing with another Gemini or Aquarius in that way, whether you focus on that, right? That's how it goes. And when you do it, that's how it seems to be in that way. For them, let's see what's this Hierophant about. Queen Cups, there's empathy. Knight Wands, there's no maturity. Emperor yours has no structure. Star yours has no inspiration. Moon is alright, there's misrotations. Obviously there is. So for them, they are saying that they are having empathy. There are two sides of the story here. One makes sense, one doesn't make sense. But the way of this is, that's how it goes. So if you turn around with this word trust, you know how it goes. They want to have trust, they want to have respect, but when they have no kindness and they're being unkind, you need to step back until they get to you, right? That's how it goes. For them, they are saying, well, if you keep doing this, we're not going to act like this. But Gemini, you need to understand that. You need to have appeal to understand that, right? That's how it goes. You understand how it goes in that way, whether you focus on that, right? That's how it goes. And when you see it, that's how it's going to be in that way, right? You go with the flow, right? So let me clarify with this Ace of Swords here for you. Wheel of Fortune, you're having bad luck. 3 Wands, there's no communication. Magician, there's no skill. 7 Swords, you're feeling deceit. That's how it goes. Because for you, you're actually closing out communication. You're closing out communication because that's what you're doing. And when you do it, that's how it goes in that way. Whether you understand that. So when you go with the flow, that's the way it works. What's this moon card for them? 3 Cups, there's basically celebration. 9 Wands, there's no fear. Cheeriers, there's no progress. Fooliers, there's no change. King of Swords, there's knowledge. That's how it goes, right? Excuse me. But the way this is, that's how it goes. So they are basically saying, well, I have knowledge, I can do it. So they might be focusing on their Gemini requires. That's how it goes, Gemini. So for you, as the Gemini, you know what it is. For them, they might be acting like they want you. They want you back. But we don't know, right? So this is between this whole entire determination between both sides, right? That's how it goes. So I'm trying to figure this out because in that way, we're trying to do it, right? That's how it goes. So we know how it is in that way, whether you focus on the way how this is. So let's see what's in the middle of the situation. Let's see. And one more. So let's see, what's in the middle? There's yours, there's no decisions. Yeah, because you're not making any decisions right now. Because you're thinking, well, I don't want to do this. Well, no. Because you need to understand that, right? So you understand of how it goes, whether you feel like it. You feel like everything's going to be how it is, and when you do it, that's how it goes. So you understand of how you're going to recommend on how it is. So let's see what's going on with the universe. Let's see what's happening. And the universe will say something. So let's see. So I'm going to go from the middle to left as in you, middle to the right for them. So 6 of Swords is no movement. Okay, so there's no movement for both sides. Magician is upright, you want skill. Ace of Cups there's no satisfaction. 5 Pentacles there's no insecurity. 2 Swords upright, you don't know which direction you're going to take, left or right. So let me clarify. 2 Cups there's no relationships or friendships, but Page of Pentacles upright, there's prospects. Obviously there is, because that's how it goes. So let me clarify this 2 Cups here. 10 of Spirits is no healing. 7 Cups there's a delusion. Yeah, so you might be having a deja vu moment. Okay, so that's how it goes. So you understand what's going on in that way, but you focus on that. So you might be focusing on other Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in that way. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, that's how it goes in that way. Okay, so what's between the middle and the right side for them? 4 of Wands there's no celebration. 5 Cups there's grief. Ace of Swords there's a misunderstanding. Obviously there is. Ace of Pentacles there's growth. So let me clarify this Ace of Pentacles. 9 Cups there's fulfillment. Ace of Wands there's new beginnings. Wheel of Fortune they are having bad luck. Queen of Wands there's no charisma. Tower's there's transformation. Yeah, everything's changing. Yeah. What's the middle of this situation? 7 Pentacles there's basically you're focusing on your career because that's what you want, Gemini. But when you focus on that, that's how it goes in that way. You focus on that. So I'm going to use I have another new tarot deck that I have here, and I also have the Lover Oracle here that you will see in a minute. So let me clarify between this 7 of Cups here for you, Gemini. Let me clarify. 10 of Swords there's basically conclusions, but it says defeat, failure, bitterness, betrayal, exhaustion, collapse, and giving up. Followed by the 9 of Swords there's sleepless nights, there's anxiety, depression, breaking point, negativity. And then also you have the 8 of Swords is upright. You have trapped, restricted, victimized, helpless, powerless, and blinded. That's how it goes in that way, right? So you focus on how you're feeling in that way. The 7 Pentacles, I'm going to clarify that. The 7 of Swords you're feeling, you're feeling silence, but it does hiding, avoiding, lying, trickery, deception, and cunning. That's how it goes in that way, okay? For them, let me clarify between this Tower moment here. 6 Swords is upright. There's basically leaving behind, moving forward, distance ahead. 5 Swords there's aggression, discipline, bullying, stress, conflict, arguments. Yep. And then you have the 4 Swords there's basically taking a break, relaxation, peace, self-reflection, and resting. That's how it goes, right? So that's what they're saying. Let me clarify this. Four of Swords here. And that would be the Three of Swords, is heartbreak, pain, separation, and grief and sorrow and trauma. That's how it goes. Because that's what they are feeling, right? So you're basically, feeling where you're having hiding, avoiding, lying, trickery, deception, and cutting. Because that's how it goes, Gemini. I know what you're going through because that's how it goes. It's like, I'm not acting like this. Well, it's interesting. So you might be dealing with another Gemini Aquarius, you might deal with another, they are deal with another Gemini Aquarius, right? Because it all depends on you versus them, right? This is how it goes, right? So let me clarify. This 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and this 10 of Swords. So we have, I don't know where to start. Yeah. So let me clarify that. We have, why can't I move on from you? Oh yeah. And we have, I feel lonely. Yeah, that's how it goes, right? So you feel how you're feeling, Gemini, because about, this is how it goes. So you think that, well, I'm acting like this, because you're trying to have your own ways about knowing what to do. 7 of Swords, let me clarify that with one card, and it says, I can't take it anymore. Yeah, because that's how it goes, right? Because that's how it seems to be. And between the 3 of Swords for them, just going to clarify 3 of them, would be, we have, I can't express myself, followed by, it is dark without you, and last but not least, we have, what is the truth? Yes, what is the truth? What is the truth when you act like this, It's very interesting of how it goes. It's like, this is not very peaceful, but the way how this is, you focus on your own dignities, whether how this is, whether you understand that, right? That's how it goes, right? So you see it as when you're feeling, you know how it goes, but that's how it seems to be. You know what it is, and when you act like this is the way it works. You have to do that. That's how it goes in that way. So, you know what, Gemini, you need to pay attention on how you're feeling. You know how it goes in that way. You need to do that. You need to understand that. You need to go with the flow. And Gemini, understand that, but you have to believe it. You have to understand that, and that's how it goes. So, I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it. Try to believe it, because you know what, Gemini, you need to pay attention on how you're feeling versus them feeling. Alright, that's how it goes. But that's how it seems to be. So, I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it. Try to believe it. Try to be okay with it. But that's how it goes in that way. And you have to understand that. Right? That's how it seems to be. So, that's how it goes. But thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all. And I'll see you next time when I do. And thank you so much. Thank you. Bye for now, really. Thank you, and thanks, and thank you, and